Interesting. Actually, a little creepy, too. Who did it?
It's by Pedro Friedeberg.
Okay.
Who's that?
He was a pretty big deal in the 60s and the 70s. He was a surrealist artist, and surrealism was like anything goes, just add a hallucinogenic drug.
It's a very whimsical piece. It is made in 1960s. I'm asking for $18,000 to $20,000 for it. What I love about this piece is that I have not seen another identical piece like it, and I find it to be truly unique.
This is really intriguing. He was a really interesting guy. He was born in the mid-30s in Italy, and his family was Jewish. Definitely not a good time to be born in Italy. His mom sort of like snatched him up, and they moved to Mexico. And his whole life was back and forth between the States and Mexico, and it just basically makes you a little bit more eclectic, I guess.
Yes?
Friedeberg started off as an architect. Obviously, it just wasn't his thing. So he started getting into art, and he became a really well-known surrealist artist. And this thing is definitely surreal. Do you know much about it?
It's untitled officially. I call him a timekeeper because of the men's pocket watches that are implemented into the piece.
Okay.
It's an art form, but it's functional because it's actual candelabra. And you can see how the previous owners actually lit it up and used it.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. How much did you want for it?
I was hoping for $18,000 to $20,000.
Okay. Is it signed by him anywhere?
It definitely is. It's right here in the back by his neck.
All right. I know he's still popular. What this thing is worth, I have no idea. It's really weird. I think it'll sell, but let me have someone take a look at it if you don't mind. Can you hang out for a few minutes?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna go make a phone call.
Great.
You like it?
I think it would look perfect in your house.
It might actually. My house is pretty weird.
I feel confident that the expert is going to come in and reevaluate the piece because I bought it in confidence that the piece is original.
Pedro Friedeberg, all right. He was a pretty eccentric man, and this is very much indicative of his work. He did a lot of kind of semi-functional art. You know, he did the chair that was in the shape of a hand where he actually sat on the pump.
He made the hand chair?
He was the hand chair guy. I know he sold thousands of those.
Okay.
In the 1950s, everybody was trying to paint with meaning. And then he came along and he created these works that were kind of the opposite of that were almost kind of deco in their feel. I think he used to call it anti-art for art's sake. And it really caught on. Now, Rick, I imagine you've got some concerns.
Yeah. These cards are all faded out, so I think this was by a window. We have chips on it. We have wax everywhere. And I don't know if it's one of those art things that you should have put the candles in or just had candles sitting in it without being lit. What would something like this be worth with the damage?
You know, I don't think the damage is going to impact an artist like Friedeberg. It wasn't about being pristine when he composed his work. It was kind of just the overall aesthetic. That being said, from a value standpoint, a piece like this, I think, with the condition and everything, it would probably be in the neighborhood of $20,000, somewhere in there. It's a neat piece.
All right, well, thanks, man. I appreciate
Rick,
it.
it was a pleasure. I think this is a work that would do well in the shop. This is an artist whose works have sold at Sotheby's and Christie's, and to have a one-of-a-kind work like this, not one that was mass-produced or done in the thousands, is quite rare.
So what would you realistically take for it?
I was hoping to get $18,000 for it.
That's not gonna happen. I would give you $8 grand.
We can meet halfway. How about 15?
No. There's no money in it for me, that. Literally, what is your best price?
The lowest I can go is 12, and that's the best. It is a beautiful piece. It is very unique.
Unique, I'll give you. Beautiful, I don't know. I'll go 11. In my head, anything beyond that makes zero business sense.
I can't.
If you change your mind.
Right.
All right, have a good one, man.
Thank you. I feel a little disappointed that we were not able to make a deal today. I had my heart set on selling it.
Hey, guys. So what do we got here, man? I have Rocky Marciano's personal punching bags.
Nice.
He had a 100-pound bag and a 200-pound bag made just for him. The only undefeated heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even tell you who the heavyweight champion is today.
Chumley's the name. My wife's uncle was very, very close friends with Rocky. So they've been in our family for like almost 60 years. Rocky Marciano, in my opinion, is the best boxer of all time. It's scary. I mean, this guy, he's incredible. I have businesses that I'm trying to start, and I need a substantial amount of money, and this will take the first step to get there.
He was what, 47 knockouts out of 49 wins?
Nah, 49-0, 43 knockouts.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's done it since,
No,
right?
and he knocked out most of them in the first few rounds. A lot of guys in the first round. And they're bigger than him. He was a small guy. He was only like 5'10" and maybe 185.
He knocked out Joe Louis in like the third or fourth round,
Right.
sent him through the ropes.
Yeah.
Any particular reason he had a 200-pound bag made, or?
Yeah, he decided that if he put 200 pounds and started punching that or knocking that around, he'd be able to knock out his opponent much easier. You know, Rocky said that if anyone works out on this bag for 6 months, they will knock out any man on the planet with one punch.
It doesn't surprise me. A lot of people will say Muhammad Ali is the greatest fighter of all time, but at the end of the day, Muhammad Ali lost fights. How do you beat Rocky Marciano? No one knows because no one ever did.
Well, that's exactly right. You got it right.
People will never stop arguing about who's the greatest fighter of all time. And since Rocky Marciano and Muhammad Ali fought in different eras, we'll never know. But Marciano never lost a fight. He was literally unstoppable. You got any paperwork to prove what these are, man?
I do. I have affidavits. And this is from my father-in-law, John DeGravio. And this one is really nice because it actually talks about how Rocky, through here, how Rocky made the bag. And another one, Tony Hughes. He was there when the bags were delivered from Rocky.
Affidavits are great, but at the end of the day, they're just notarized pieces of paper claiming that something happened. They're not 100% proof that these are Rocky's actual punching bags.
Well, I actually have some photographs as well. Here's a picture with Rocky with the big bag.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This is my wife's uncle, Pete DeGravio, and my brother-in-law, John, with Rocco.
Okay.
This is Rocky with my wife's cousin, Butch. He was a boxer.
All right. What you have here is real interesting, man. Any idea what you're looking to get?
I do. This one I want $300,000, and this one I want $75,000.
All right. I mean, you know, you're asking for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Where'd you get those numbers from?
Years ago, about 7 years ago, I had a boxing appraiser. He said there was nothing like them. This is a moneymaker. This bag I've leased to casinos. Okay? They pay a substantial amount of money. This thing can make $7,000 to $10,000 a month for me. And unfortunately, I want the money now, though. So.
All right. What you have here is real interesting, man, and it's, you know, it's from a real legend. You mind if I have a buddy of mine come down and kind of take a look at these?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I encourage that.
All right.
I truly do.
If Rocky Marciano really trained with these bags, it would be one of the coolest sports items we've ever had in here. But a couple of pictures and signed affidavits isn't really enough to convince me that they're real. So I'm gonna have to call in a little help.
What in the hell are you two doing? You're supposed to be on the floor working.
I'm working. I gotta call Jeremy.
What are you calling him about?
This guy's got 2 Rocky Marciano custom-made punching bags.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to test them out. I still got it, right, Rick?
Really, Dad?
I think he still got it, boss.
What is that?
That'll take and put you on the ground, son. This one I call the hospital. This one I call the morgue. Understand me?
If we buy the punching bags, we are not going to be punching them. It's not something you do with expensive stuff. But it is a good idea to maybe hang a heavy bag in the warehouse. It's good stress relief. A little exercise now and then is not bad.
That sounds like a good idea, Rick.
What? You just yelled at me for working out in the warehouse.
If you hang a heavy bag over there, you'll be boxing, not jazzercising, son, like I've seen you do over there.
I've never jazzercised.
You're not going to be working out on it anyway. You're too old. I don't think you're physically capable of hitting a punching bag. I think your heart would explode if you did.
Rick, don't kid yourself. I'm not that bad of shape.
The old man is delusional. His heart can barely handle walking, much less training hard. Although he does move pretty fast when he smells food. I'm not talking about a full hour-long workout. I'm talking about come by, get a few punches in, you know what I mean? And then back to work.
Think you can handle that, Chamway?
I don't know. It might be too much for me, boss.
I'll put you on the floor.
Are you on some new kind of medication or something? Because you're getting violent lately.
Yeah, you should be scared, son.
This is amazing. Rocky Marciano is just an absolute legend in the world of boxing. He's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time and just pummeled his opponents in the ring with just unparalleled power, despite the fact everyone called him undersized. He had this unbelievable ability to knock whoever he wanted to flat on their ass with a single punch.
I've watched footage of this guy fight. He is scary. This guy's knocking out big guys.
49-0 with 43 knockouts, it's hard to argue.
I know.
Rocky Marciano embodied what a great heavyweight champion should be. He didn't have the greatest reach or height, but he made up for it in just brute power and charisma, and is the only champion to go through his entire career undefeated.
100-pounder, 200-pounder.
And even though it's just a giant sack of miscellaneous grain, sand, rags, you name it,
Right.
these things are actually engineered a specific way. I mean, you punch them up high, it knocks back like a head punch. You go to the body of it, it has a sweet spot, it's supposed to have a little bit more resistance. The fact this is 200 pounds, I mean, no other fighter, to my knowledge, has ever practiced on something so heavy.
Right.
You know, he's asking for a lot of money, $375,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what to pay for these or what they're worth.
What I can tell you, the most valuable piece of boxing memorabilia ever sold, Muhammad Ali's trunks from the fight of the century against Joe Frazier, $175,000. You can mention that there's paperwork or affidavits?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, these run from my father-in-law all the way through guys that were there with him when he gave him the bags.
Okay. I had occasion to travel to Grossinger's training camp in New York. This was a camp used by Rocky Marciano. While at Grossinger's, I was present when Mr. Marciano gave his personally designed and custom-made heavy bag to Peter DeGravio.
That was my wife's uncle.
Okay. These were custom-made for Rocky?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's the tricky part, because they're one of a kinds. As far as the value on these, they're worth as much as somebody's willing to pay. Marciano is a huge name. He has a huge following. It's hard to assess the value because they are one of a kind. With one-of-a-kind items, you never know. There could be some guy waiting out there for something just like this with deep pockets who could pay $1 million. Unlike autographs, where you have established third-party authentication services out there, there's really not a company who's an authority that can authenticate these because of the fact they're one of a kind. There's no serial numbers, markings anywhere specific on it. There's really not a smoking gun, so to speak, that without a doubt links these bags as the bags mentioned in the affidavits.
You know what, the thing is, I would have to say is that definitely it links them to there. I've seen photographs all over the internet. I've seen this bag with Rocco on it in Grossinger's. I've seen that bag with Rocco punching it.
Okay.
So, it's there.
What I'm saying is there's nothing in the paperwork stating that this is bag XYZ and this bag is XYZ, so to speak, that we know definitively this is the bag that Marciano gave to those folks in the paperwork.
All right, man, I appreciate it.
The market for collecting boxing memorabilia, the few items belonging to the top fighters can really do well. But there's just no definitive link to say that this bag, without a doubt, is the bag that Marciano gave to the gentleman.
So, as much as your guy, you know, doesn't think he can put the pieces together, they definitely fit, so.
Do the $375,000 fit? That's the problem. I believe that they're real. I think that they could be, and I think they could be worth a lot of money.
Sure.
But it's kind of like the baseball hat that Babe Ruth took off his head and threw to a kid in the crowd.
Right.
It's very, very hard for that kid 50 years down the line to say, this is the hat Babe Ruth threw to me when I was in the stands at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, but with these affidavits, it's
But I mean, you have affidavits from nobody I've ever heard of.
I have photographs with Rocky and the
You have
bag.
photographs with Rocky in a bag.
And my uncle, and my brother-in-law, and our friends.
You know, you may have a point, and you know what? You might be 100% right, and everything else, it's just not a chance I can take. Not with my money.
Okay, you're missing out here.
I mean, is there a guy out there that would pay $1 million for it? I'm sure there is.
Sure.
But is that guy gonna come stumbling into my shop and see it hanging on the wall and buy it?
I know.
No. I would really very much so try to sell them in an auction house and get somebody else to put their name with it.
Really?
They could definitely be worth some money. And you know what? This guy could be the limit on him, all right?
Hi, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I do. I think that the paperwork does really prove the validity of the bags. Along with the photographs, I know it's Rocky's bag. We all know it's Rocky's bag.
Good?
Yep. See what you got, brother.
All right. Working a heavy bag is great for stress relief. I just think of my dad and the old man, and I automatically feel way better.
Nice. So what do you think, Pops?
That's good, Corey.
I'm willing to bet the old man hits the thing once.
I'll hit it more than once, Corey.
Yeah, you'll have a coronary after you do it.
You're not allowed to hit it. I just don't want you trying to work out on this thing, Dad. You'll probably have a heart attack. It's harder than it looks.
I had worked out on heavy bags before, son.
Did they have them back then?
Better for me to wail on that is to wail on you.
No, it's not gonna happen, Pops.
Back in my day, I was a lean, mean fighting machine, and these guns was loaded. Both of you are I'm going to go change in my boxing clothes, and I'll come back and show you how it's done.
You have boxing clothes?
I think he means a sumo wrap.
All right, boys, I'm ready. I'm going to go punch the out of that bag.
The old man is pretty excited about hitting the punching bag we have set up in the back, but I'm a little worried about his heart. He's too stubborn to listen, so I just gotta let him.
Just remember, people don't box like this anymore.
They don't?
Go knock yourself out, Grandpa.
See, Corey, this is what you do, okay? You antagonize him, and then he does something stupid.
Trust me, man. There's absolutely no way he can hurt himself on this thing.
I can't wait. I'm going to rain down some thunder on that bag. Damn it. That has to be one of the worst jokes in the world. Those friggin'
We used to have a no-boat policy, but after we made money off the boat that Corey purchased, we sort of softened our stance on the issue. So now we're meeting with a guy who wants to sell us this aluminum-bodied speedboat. So what do we got here?
This is a 22-foot AYT. It's got twin 1100 two-stroke motors. It needs a little TLC, as you can see.
Needs a little more than TLC.
This was a pet project of mine. I spent a little bit too much money on it, and I'm looking to recoup my losses. I'm hoping to sell it for at least $15,000.
Oh my God. I don't mind the occasional fixer-upper, but this thing's a piece of
So what have you done to it, man? I mean, this thing looks like it's, less than 50% complete.
When I picked it up from the previous owner, it was just a hull, so I worked on getting some of the major systems in. The biggest thing was the motors. These are twin 1100 Kawasaki's.
So when this thing is done, how fast will it go?
Other similar models with smaller motors were doing 70, 75, so with these larger motors, it might even be pushing 80.
Even though this boat looks beat up, it's got two things going for it: an all-aluminum body and new twin engines. And that gives it a lot of potential.
Big question, what do you want for it?
Right now, in materials and labor, I'm into it about $15,000. I was trying to get 15 for it. That's about what's in it now.
That's not gonna happen. There's just no way I can come close to that price.
This boat's one of a kind, though. That's custom hull, custom engines.
I understand one of a kind. I have some one of a kind dinosaur turrets in my backyard. And just trust me, no one wants to buy them either. I'll give you $5,000 for it.
No, that's not enough. The motors are worth more than that.
This guy's in this boat 15 grand. Sorry, but it looks like, and it's gonna be another 10 or 15 grand before this thing's fixed up and ready to go.
I mean, I have a boat without a steering wheel. I have a battery just sitting there with like wires and stuff hanging out. I got no seats. I got nothing connected. We're gonna have to put a lot of money into this. I mean, $7,500, take it or leave it.
All right, deal.
All right, let's go, man. Let's do some paperwork.
This scares me a little bit. I think if I can get this thing fixed between 5 and 10 grand, I can make a lot of money on it. That's if the motors are what he says they were. Because if they're not, I could be screwed. But I won't know until I take it to my buddy Bill to get it fixed up.
Hey, Bill.
Hey,
So
guys.
is it done?
Yeah, she's done. Took a lot of work, but she's done. I'm Bill, AKA Big Daddy. I own Racing Performance Marine, RPM. We're a restoration and repair shop. And if you got a boat in Nevada, you want it to go fast, it ends up here.
So what all'd you do to it?
Well, first off, we were able to save the paint job. Remember how oxidized it was on the top?
Yeah.
We had our friend over at the machine shop fabricate this steering wheel. The back seats we repaired. We fabricated a 2-in-1 exhaust system to equalize the back pressure. After some investigation, we found out this boat is an AYT XP 2200, what they call jet sport boat. It's a combination of a jet and a speedboat at the same time. The motors were in really good shape. These are 1100 Kawasaki engines that are putting out 180 horsepower apiece. What makes the boat so fast is the dual engines. Most of these boats have one engine in them. Plus the fact that the hull's made out of aluminum makes it about 1,000 pounds lighter than the comparable size fiberglass boat. It flies. We clocked it at 72 miles an hour.
All right, that's all it asks.
And we had to shut it down because it started getting airborne.
Awesome.
I'm happy with the way the boat turned out, but it looks like it took a lot of work, and that means a lot of money.
All right, how much am I into it?
They could be money pits. You know what boat stands for. Bust out another 1,000.
Anything over 7,000, I'm not gonna make any money. I just hope I haven't made a terrible mistake.
Took a lot of work, but you actually come out really good on this one.
Okay.
Your bill's about 4,800 bucks.
I can't believe we're in this boat, only $12,300. That leaves me a ton of room for profit.
How much do you think I can get out of this thing?
I've checked around. These boats go from anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000.
It's a home run. It's a solid home run for me.
Looks like you're gonna make some money on this, Pop.
Make at least 7 grand up.
Yeah, you got a lot of room to play with there. Once you ride in it, you might not sell it.
I can't wait to get this thing on the water. I've been in race cars, but I've never been in a race boat.
So you gonna go to the lake with me?
Nah, dude, it don't look like my big ass is gonna fit in these seats. Chums either. It might be a U-boat, buddy.
Stunt butt, come on.
Stunt butt. The one unfortunate thing about the boat is the seats are a little bit too small for them to get their butts in.
Big Hoss, help me out of here real quick.
Nope.
Big Hoss.
Come on, chum, let's go. Quit playing around.
Come on, guys. Don't leave me here. Hey, you guys suck.
Hey, nice to see you again.
Hi, I have some Edward Curtis prints here I'd like to sell.
Edward Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the hell did you get these things?
I got them from a customer, and I don't have the traffic to move them through my pawn shop, so I'm looking to move them through yours.
If you have a good condition original set,
Mm-hmm.
it's worth $1 million.
My name is Lisa, and I came here to sell some Edward Curtis prints. I believe that they're in pretty good condition. My asking price is $15,000. I have a love for jewelry, so I'm looking to get some more jewelry.
I mean, they're just beautiful prints. You know, considered one of the greatest American photographers. When he died in the 1950s, he was more or less obscure at the time, and then he was sort of rediscovered in the 1970s. It was J.P. Morgan that funded this huge project to take thousands and thousands of photos of American Indians. And Edward Curtis worked for years to do all the photography. You see so many photographs from this time period where they stage it, and it's really degrading. You always want to make sure his photographs are really respectful. The books that were contained all these photographs, I don't know how many volumes, but it was like that. I mean, that's how much bookshelf space you'd need. 20 or 30 volumes anyway, but it was called The North American Indian. So how many do you have here?
I have 31 total.
But I believe these are all from that book.
So are these real?
There's one way to find out. It should have. There we go, right there. It's watermark.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all 100% real. Okay, that's the great part. These are some pretty amazing pictures you have here. The problem with this is some of them are damaged, some of them are sponged. This was put into a frame where most likely the matting around it wasn't acid-free, so it burned the paper. This got wet, and the ink bled through. We have a tear.
That's not good.
It really affects the price. I mean, people want these in pristine condition.
Lisa's a friend of mine. She manages a pawn shop down in Florida, and she's got some really cool stuff. Usually she drives a pretty hard bargain, and she's trying to sell me these Edward Curtis prints that are a little rough around the edges. So hopefully we can come to a deal, and I can make a little money.
What's your best price?
I'm asking $15,000.
I'll give you $8,000 for them.
It's not going to happen, Rick. They're worth a lot more than $8,000.
Literally, this is what's going to happen. After I buy them from you, I'm going to spend between $8,000 and $10,000 framing them, restoration, and a bunch of other stuff. So I'll give you 10 grand.
12,000.
10?
11.
All right, 10,005?
11.
10,005?
It's a deal.
Cool. I'll meet you right up front, and we'll do some paperwork.
Thank you.
This is really cool because I haven't had an Edward Curtis for 25 years.
Being on this side of the counter was a little bit strange, but being in the business, I know that there has to be enough money in it for me and Rick as well in order for it to both be successful for both of us. So,
what do you got there?
Oh, I got a folding bike, a World War II Japanese folding bike.
Okay, you got my interest. Where'd you get it?
Well, I got it from a private collector.
Okay. The road puppy. Pretty cute.
I'm coming into the pawn shop today to sell my World War II paratrooper bike. What I like about the bike is that it folds into a small, compact, easy-to-carry piece. The bike's seen some better days, but it's in original condition, and I'm hoping to sell it for $600.
This is really neat. Folding bikes have been around since at least the 1890s. Just about every military had them, starting around 1900. During World War II, paratroopers brought folding bicycles with them because they were easy to transport. You could literally pull them out of a bag or a box. They're together in 3 minutes. And it's the difference between doing maybe 15 or 20 miles a day on foot or doing 50 miles a day on a bicycle. And you think this is World War II?
I believe it's World War II from 1941.
Just so you know, definitely not a military model. You can just look at something like this and you'll know the reason why. You have chrome wheels.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? Chrome wheels are just a no-no on anything military. You know, you want it dull as possible. You don't want to reflect anything to attract you to an enemy sniper.
Yeah.
The Japanese might have had a similar model that they used with their military, but you just don't see like a really gruff soldier going, I'm gonna go get on my road puppy.
Yeah.
But this probably was made for the consumer. We know how crazy the Japanese have always been about quality.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff they were putting out from the early 50s, you know?
Right.
Sort of rough and everything like that, but they were rebuilding a country that was completely bombed out. And they were trying to come up with consumer products that could export to the American market.
Yeah.
And the reason why we know it's the American market is because the tag said English. So, what do you want for it?
Well, I want to get 600.
Not gonna happen. I think it's super cool. This stuff is collectible, but needs a nice little restoration on it. I'll give you 150 bucks for it.
That's not gonna happen. 550?
I'll give you 175 bucks. It's not military. It falls into a very weird category.
Yeah.
It's not the right brand. If this said Schwinn on the front of it and it was from like 1950, I would be getting very excited, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah, I can't go that low. Can we do 350?
Nope. 175 would be tops.
Can't do a 200?
Nope.
You wouldn't?
No.
You know what? Since it's going to a good home, let's do 175.
All right, sweet, man. I'll meet you right over there, and we'll do some paperwork, get you paid.
Thank you. I settled on 175, and I wasn't too happy with that, but I'm gonna take my money and go buy a real bike.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. What do we have here?
This is Transformer Devastator.
Where in the world did you get this thing?
Well, that's not actually me. That was my ex-boyfriend.
Is this what you took him for when you left, or?
I'm at the pawn shop today trying to sell my Transformer Devastator. This Transformer came from Comic-Con in San Diego, 2015. This Transformer is beautiful. I know it's really collectible, it doesn't have missing parts, and it also has very unique colors. I'm hoping to get $600 for this Transformer Devastator.
This is pretty cool. Do you mind if I open it up, take a look at it? Okay, when I was a kid, the Transformer toys were just cool to me. I never really got into the show. It was a little bit before my time, and in my mind, it's probably like was the last great toy of the 80s. It first started with a company called Takara, and then I don't know if Hasbro bought it or if they merged, but they started making the toys in 1983. And just like every popular toy in the 80s, they made cartoons about it, and it was a massive hit. They're on their 6th or 7th movie now. Basically, the whole idea behind these is that they were from a different planet, and they were like aliens, but they disguised themselves as cars. This guy was obviously the construction superbot. And, you know, they had to keep coming up with new stuff to get kids to keep buying it, and it's never really gone away. This is a Devastator. What this is right here would be a super robot. You know, all these other little guys in here bolt onto this guy, and they become the main super guy. Really great idea to sell a whole lot of toys. I really never heard of this one particularly, but when Hasbro releases just these certain ones, I mean, they charge quite a bit of money for them. Do you have an idea of what you're looking to get out of it?
600.
600 bucks? Will you take 100?
No.
Okay, it does not shock me that somebody would probably pay 600 bucks for it, but I just don't really see being able to make any money at that price. Something like this, I gotta double my money on, or it's just not worth the space.
It's in a really good condition. It's never been open, and I can do 450.
I mean, 450 is just not gonna happen. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 200 bucks, and then you get the satisfaction of telling your ex-boyfriend that you sold his super rare Transformer for 200 bucks.
Yes.
Okay, why don't you meet me over there? I'll write you up, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I feel okay because at least I was able to sell it. I transformed this toy into $200.
What the? My God, it looks like it would have been easier just to bring the horses in with them.
Yeah. I decided to come to the pawn shop today to try and sell my parade saddles. I'm getting too close to retirement to keep hanging on to them. So I'm trying to really come out ahead on these this time for once and do a little better than getting my investment back. I'm sure I will.
Where in the world did you get these?
I've been collecting them for about 15 years now. They're parade saddles. I've got a total of 5. I've ridden them in different parades around southern Nevada. These have been in the Rose Bowl parade.
You know, it would have probably been easier to just bring me in pictures, but
For the money I want for these, I've got to have as big a wow effect on you as I can get.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty wowed. I mean, it's the most blingiest saddle I've ever seen in my life. Vegas is full of cowboys, so I've had a lot of saddles in my shop, but I've never had anything close to these parade saddles. These things are incredible. All right, so what can you tell me about them?
These are Ted Flowers silver saddles.
They're not actually silver, are they?
No, they're actually nickel-plated bronze. That way you don't have to continually keep polishing them all the time, which would obviously be a lot of work.
Yeah, because if these were silver, I can imagine polishing them every other day. So how much does a saddle like this weigh?
75 to 100 pounds.
Okay.
When they're all decked out.
That's heavy for a saddle.
Yeah, but the horses don't even get upset or get bothered with it.
Just like a fat dude sitting on them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
People have been putting ornate saddles like this on horses for over 1,000 years. They used to act as armor during battle. Now they're used mostly in parades, and I'm sure that's a great relief to the horses. What did you want to do with them?
I'd like to sell them.
Okay. How much were you looking to get out of them?
I'd like to get probably 8,000 apiece, at least.
That's a lot of damn money.
Well, right now, to replace one would be right around 20 to 22,000.
They look cool, but I bought saddles before. I've never bought anything like this. Let me get someone in here to take a look at them. I got a buddy who knows all about this stuff. I'll get him down here right away. We'll see what we can do.
All right. Thank you.
I'm sure I could sell these to a collector or someone who actually uses them in parades. The problem is I have no idea what they're worth, so I'm gonna call a buddy of mine who does. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Good, good. Look at this. I have a company here in Las Vegas called Western Stage Props, and we supply equipment and things to the movies and theme parks. This is kind of my world. I've been collecting parade saddles for 30 years. What do you want to know about them?
I want you to tell me about them, and then I want to know what they're worth. I just have no clue, so I called you up.
These are made by Ted Flowers, and Ted Flowers, you might say, was kind of like the Henry Ford of saddle making.
Okay.
So if a mounted sheriff's posse with 20 guys wanted parade saddles, Ted Flowers would make them for them.
Okay.
This is called the Parade Chief model.
Okay.
This is the Indiana model.
So do you know how many hours went into making one of these things?
A lot of time. These are all hand tooled. All this etching up here is all done by hand.
So these are definitely the real deal.
Oh yeah, yeah. These are. I've bought and sold probably 30 to 40 of these over the last 15 or 20 years, and these are in perfect shape. What makes these saddles stand out is that over the 30, 40 years of their lifespan, normally these tassels or drops here get broken off and they're missing. These have, every one of them are on there. What I did notice, which is really rare on this one, and this is called a hip drop, and this goes over the rump of the horse. These were an option. This was $150 back in the 1950s. So this was like 2 weeks' pay to the average guy, so a lot of people didn't buy these.
Okay.
So to find one that matches with the original saddle is very rare and very hard to find.
Okay. So if I did buy them off him, what could I realistically expect to get out of them?
I've never seen one go for less than $6,500, and they've reached as high as $8,000 to $10,000. You got some really great saddles here. Good luck with them.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, so what do you want for them?
I'd really like to get between 6 and 8 apiece.
The 8,000's not going to happen. I mean, Mark just told me he sees them go from 65 to 8, and then sometimes 8 to 10. Okay, I'll give you $4,000 a piece for them.
That's a pretty good amount, but still just not quite where I need to have it. But,
I mean, that's where I gotta have it.
I'd really like to get at least 5.
I know you'd like to.
Yeah, but reasonably speaking, yeah.
All right, do you like cash?
Always like cash.
Well, I got cash.
Okay, what you're talking 5 apiece then?
4 apiece.
4,500.
4,000 apiece. I'll feel comfortable. Anything more than that, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do it.
All right, sounds good. Let's go do some paperwork.
Alrighty. I'm very happy. I've got some good money out of him. He's going to make some money. I made some money, so that should make everybody happy.